Hey everyone, welcome to our daily Devo. We are all the way to Mark chapter 3 now. We're going to get through the first 21 verses of Mark chapter 3. So I'm glad you're here to join me, and we're just going to start reading and see what we learned today. So here we go, Mark chapter 3, starting in verse 1. Again, he entered the synagogue, and a man was there with a withered hand. And they watched Jesus to see whether he would heal him on the Sabbath, so that they might accuse him. And he said to the man with the withered hand, "Come here." And he said to them, "Is it lawful on the Sabbath to do good or to do harm, to save life or to kill?" But they were silent. And he looked around at them with anger, grieved at the hardness of heart, and said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." He stretched it out, and his hand was restored. The Pharisees went out and immediately held counsel with the Herodians against him, how to destroy him. Jesus withdrew with his disciples to the sea, and a great crowd followed, from Galilee and Judea and Jerusalem and Idumea, and from beyond the Jordan, and from around Tyre and Sidon. When the great crowd heard all that he was doing, they came to him, and he told his disciples to have a boat ready for him because of the crowd, lest they crush him. For he had healed many, so that all who had diseases pressed around him to touch him. And whenever the unclean spirits saw him, they fell down before him and cried out, "You are the Son of God." And he strictly ordered them not to make him known. And he went up on the mountain and called to him those whom he desired, and they came to him. And he appointed 12, whom he also named apostles, so they might be with him, and he might send them out to preach, and have authority to cast out demons. He appointed the 12, Simon, to whom he gave the name Peter, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, the brother of James, to whom he gave the name Boanerges, that is, sons of thunder, Andrew and Philip and Bartholomew and Matthew, and Thomas and James, the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, and Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Then he went home, and the crowd gathered again, so that they could not even eat. And when his family heard of it, they went out to seize him, for they were saying, "He is out of his mind." So as we're reading here, we kind of see how Jesus is continuing his ministry still. He is doing all of these healings because everywhere he is going, people are just honestly just kind of bombarding him, wanting him to heal them. He said in that passage that anyone who has disease, they just kind of press in, they come around him. I mean, he's getting so crowded, so many people are coming to Jesus. He's not able to stop and eat because he's got all these people just surrounding him. On top of that, Jesus has got a family who some of them probably think he's crazy. They literally say, he is out of his mind at the end of this section that we read. And so Jesus kind of got his work cut out for him. He came here to teach and to preach and to share this news, right? And he's just continuously being bombarded with people who want to be healed by him. It's not the main reason why Jesus came, but we see where it's starting to become a problem, where so many people are constantly coming to him that he's not able to even, preach the message that he's wanting to preach because he's just being so just bombarded. And I think that's probably why at this point in time, Jesus maybe chose his 12 disciples, the 12 apostles, because he's just having these huge crowds, and it's like, I'm going to teach these 12. He's going to teach so much more. But it's just interesting to see that he is just so crowded by all of these people that are all just wanting healing. So a little bit easier reading today, especially after yesterday's reading or the previous video's reading. So today what I want you to do is let's just go back to what we were doing originally. Just write down a verse. Or just write down your thoughts about this passage. Maybe something that's interesting, question you may have, comment you may have, and just let me know about it so we can talk about it and continue in our reading. So you guys are doing awesome. Keep it up, and I look forward to seeing you again. See you next time.